Hello and welcome to the POWERBOOST Meditation. Today, let us experiment with the theme Mind over Mood. Mind over mood. We often have different moods. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad, sometimes we are anxious, sometimes we are fearful. And all these different moods are like different emotions that run within our inner world. An emotion is very easily defined as, say, energy in motion. And so the conscious energy that is in motion is an emotion. But we realize in meditation that when we pay a lot of attention to our emotions and we see them as the reality, it is then that we tend to react. For example, if there is an emotion of anxiety, and if I pay attention to it, and if I tell myself that I am anxious, so in just my saying this, I begin to react from a space of anxiety. So mindful attention, just we say mind over mood, I just look at the emotion of anxiety from a distance. I just observe it. I don't absorb it. I observe it. It comes. That's fine. It has come. But I don't entertain it. And when I don't entertain it, when the conscious attention is not going there, it just fades away after some time. It's just like a passing cloud that comes and goes. But if I pay a lot of attention and give it a lot of importance, then that cloud will begin to rain. And that's when I'll be drenched and saturated with the feeling of anxiety. And the same applies to other feelings and other emotions. And so in meditation, we consciously learn to just observe our emotions. Emotions are temporary. They are not our reality. And that's why they say, don't decide, don't make a decision whenever you are in a space of emotions. So decisions of life should never be emotional. They should be reasonable. They should be filled with reason and something which is appropriate, not out of an emotional reaction. If we look at all the different negative emotions, negative thoughts, they are actually one or the other form of vices. That's what is a vice. We say, in meditation, we are gaining victory or conquering our mind or conquering the vices. And any vice is actually an emotional reaction. At that time, the soul is asleep and the mind is just engaging in emotions. And when the soul is asleep, it's like the external world outside is just triggering some of our emotions. And then our actions are not conscious, but they are instant. And at that moment, they actually become reactions. And that's what creates a wasteful or a negative account of actions. And so whenever we are looking at emotions, let us step back, take a seat back and just observe our emotions. And when we observe our emotions, then when these external emotions kind of subside, reduce, fade away, then we are able to get in touch with the real feeling, the real emotion. That's what we call the eternal state of the soul. And that's when it's like the feelings of peace, feelings of love, feelings of happiness, feelings of contentment naturally enlighten the mind. They become a permanent part of my experience in this life. And so mind over mood. Whenever I feel my mood is fluctuating, let me just step back, observe, and connect to the truth within. So let us experiment with this for a few minutes. As we sit back and relax ourselves, we realize that an emotion is the energy in motion. And in meditation, I consciously bring that energy of motion to rest. The moment I shift my thoughts from the external world of name, of form, of matter, to the inner world of silence, of contentment, I just experience going within. The external emotions often make my mood fluctuate. But the moment I channelize my energy within, I prioritize mind over mood. And I gently shift my attention from the external world to my inner world. I feel the grip of emotions loosening. I become a master of my emotions rather than the emotions becoming a master of me. I realize that the different roles that I play are animated by different variety of emotions. But all of those emotions lie in just temporariness. They come and go because they are based in the roles that I play. And as I move my attention within, I allow these emotions to gently fade away. Leaving behind the eternal being, the eternal star, the being of light, the soul. The being who lives in the truth. The being who is a natural observer. This being doesn't absorb, doesn't soak in the emotions, but becomes emotion proof by just observing. I see myself in the light of truth as a spiritual being who lives in the sky. in the world of silence. With the ocean of love, I experience true emotions, true feelings of belonging, true feelings of being loved, true feelings of just innocence and purity. As I rest my mind on the divine, the divine who is always looking at me, the divine who accepts me the way I am. And in this presence of the divine, I let go of all the layers of various emotions that had accumulated on me in role consciousness. As I allow all those layers to melt away in the warmth of the love of the divine, the true diamond within emerges. The inner light is awakened, ignited. I, the soul, become saturated with feelings of love coming from the ocean of love. These eternal feelings are the reality of my existence, not based on temporary attainments or temporary credits in the story. But I experience my truth beyond the story. This experience defines me. This is my reality. Everything else is a fiction. It's a story. I give importance to this relationship in my life, the relationship of the soul with the divine. This link fills within me the true feelings of mercy, good wishes, pure feelings towards everyone. I, the soul, experience myself in the presence of the divine. And these feelings are radiated towards every soul in this world. As I come back into the story, I operate from a space of soul consciousness, giving rise to feelings of unconditional love, acceptance, belonging, benevolence, mercy, kindness. These become part of my persona. My mind channelizes this energy into my life. I'm no longer influenced by temporary emotions, but I operate from the wisdom in the soul. Mind over mode. Om Shanti.